So we'll go ahead and get started. Apologize for anybody that's having to listen to me for the second time today. I'll try to be a little more interesting this time. I thought we would all start with some jumping jacks. If everybody wants to get up, get warmed up for this room. Amber, thank you. I'm Barton Ledford. I'm a technical architect with Code Science, based in Charlotte, North Carolina. Code Science is a very developer-centric professional services firm. We have the highest percentage, I think, of developers and coders out of any of the professional services firms in the ecosystem. We focus primarily on building AppExchange apps for third parties. And this is, go ahead.
So, hey everyone, this is Mohit Srivastava. I work at Code Science as a Salesforce engineer. I've been working with Salesforce now for 5 years and recently minted as Salesforce MVP. I'm so excited to be part of the MVP professionals. So yeah, Button, go ahead, we'll kick it off.
Told Mo earlier that I used to be smart too, but he'll have somebody that comes along that's younger and smarter than him one day too. Thank you to all of our sponsors, without whom today wouldn't be possible. I hope everybody got a good chance to stop by the booths and see what all the awesome things they have going on. Definitely thankful for what they've done for us. So everybody has heard about Lightning. If you were at Dreamforce this year, you definitely got inundated with it. Salesforce has been talking about it now since they introduced Salesforce One back in 2013. That was their initial foray into responsive design, meaning that your page will work no matter what device you're on. Just real quick, how many people in here consider themselves developers or coders? Awesome, that's great. So we'll keep it somewhat technical, but still keep it out of the weeds too far. So Salesforce One came out 2013. That was when we first heard the word Lightning. Lightning Components came out about a year later. That enabled event-driven communication between different components, a step above Visualforce, and almost as good as S-Controls if anybody ever used those. And then in 2015, this past Dreamforce, they released Lightning Experience, and that is bringing what we had that was so awesome in Salesforce One onto the desktop, so that your components that are on Lightning Experience can communicate with each other. It's responsive. It looks like it's actually from 2015 instead of 2006 or whatever our old UI was from. With that, they also released the Lightning Design System. If you've not got a chance to look at that, you can go to getslds.com. It provides style sheets and best practices for making your app look just like the new Salesforce. It's really cool. We've seen a lot of people that had completely custom UIs with different colors and schemes start to move toward the standard Salesforce Lightning experience now that it's something that people will actually use. Lightning Out also came out at the same time. That will enable you to extend Lightning absolutely anywhere. So any web-based app, even SAP or whatever, you can drop a Lightning component in and let users have the same experiences they get from Salesforce. So now it's 2016. What are you guys going to build? Hopefully something awesome on Lightning. It's definitely the new, latest and greatest. It's definitely not going anywhere. Salesforce has even relabeled what they're calling their editions now. They're Lightning editions, so it's throughout the ecosystem. So first of all, Lightning Experience. We talked about that coming out at Dreamforce. That enables your desktop version of your responsive design. You can do integration with standard features in Lightning Components. So before, you could only just keep it custom, but now you can even soon change your home page so it doesn't have the dashboard. If anybody's ever looked at Lightning Experience, it's kind of static when they first came out with it, but now they're starting to be able to do everything that you could do customization-wise with the Aloha experience. Of course, it's got cutting-edge responsive design, meaning it'll work on a tablet or iPhone also, if your users are mobile. Emphasizes components over Visual Force. Visual Force, though, isn't going anywhere. Nobody get too scared. Salesforce will continue to support it as long as they did S-Controls, and they'll actually make it a little bit easier for you to transition your existing look and feel of Visual Force pages over to Lightning with time. And of course, they've got Lightning App Builder now that will allow you to customize your standard page layouts and drop components in there, move stuff around, so you can put your chatter feed over in one place if you don't like where it comes with Salesforce. That's something that's been in pilot since they released Lightning Experience. I'm not sure if it's enabled yet in Spring 16. I don't think it is, but I'm sure you'll be able to do a lot more customization-wise with Lightning Experience very soon. And with that, Mo has a little bit of a demo on some things that he's built with Lightning Experience. So we've kind of got one Visual Force or Lightning component that we're going to show across a lot of different domains.
Right. So I've got a component, and we're going to take a look at how building, a simple component once can be ported over in different, ported with different devices, ported in your Aloha UI, also ported in different, like in your page layouts, on your Salesforce one. So I've got a simple component which basically demonstrates sales leaderboard. Like you have got Sales Killer 3, he's killing it, with 71,000 USD revenue. So this is a simple component, again, built with SLDS. You can drill down to each of the details of opportunities just by clicking over each of these. So this is just a simple demonstration, but it has got a lot of components, and every component can be reused across. So if you see, though it looks like just a single page app, every card itself is a component, and then the list that we get on detail or when we click on, it's also a component. So let's take a look at one demonstration of how we can use Lightning App Builder and get this app inside the Lightning App Builder and then expose that as SF1 app or expose that in the Lightning experience. So to do that, what we're going to do is, so this is your Aloha UI. You have Lightning App Builder here. We're going to create a Lightning page. So we go to Lightning App Builder, we select New, and then we get these options. Like these options were not earlier. These are currently launched, where you have two things to do. Either you can put that component on a record page and get the context of, like, let's say you're plugging a component on an opportunity, right? You will have the opportunity ID, and with that you can fetch up all the data and get some dashboards or whatever component that you want to build and embed in that. Or the other way is to use a component page which can be plugged right away into your Lightning experience as well as into your SF1. So we're going to just create a new page. So again, you have the flexibility of choosing layout, depending on your device that you're targeting, depending on number of components that you're targeting for a single view, right? So we're going to just take an example here of one column approach. And I'm going to just quickly name this as Sales Leaderboard. Just name it as Sales Leaderboard Dashboard. So now you can see, as I have already built some components using Lightning Design system, like I have for the UI, I have used SLDS. So the advantage of using SLDS is already there are a lot of components available. And with a little bit of HTML skills, you can pretty much get that working in your component. And it is responsive as well. So for example, I have the leaderboard component here, the main component, and I can just pretty much drag and drop this. So once you drag and drop, and then you just save this. So once you try to activate it, it's going to ask you, okay, where do you want this on your, on your UI or on your SF1 app? So let's say I want this here. Probably I can also, change wherever I want. Probably I want it by, next to my dashboards. I just activate this and I just save this, right? So my changes are saved. I can just go to, So I've just got a simulator in my Chrome. It comes with your Chrome plugin, which is a little bit of, like you can install this with the Google Chrome. It just simulates your SF1 app. It's very handy, if you want to, debug something or if you want to quickly test something, right? So I've got plugged my sales stash that I just created now by just drag and drop, and now it's gonna show up. So very quickly, once we had that component, we got that working for our mobile device, right? Without much of effort, right? So this is working now. Also, if I switch back over to a Lightning experience, now let me go back to my Lightning experience, right? So this is the new Lightning experience that Salesforce has given up, right? So I've got my app configured there, and the same component that I built, is also available for me in the Lightning experience. I can pretty much get that app currently running here, right, inside the Lightning experience. So you built it once, you used it for your mobile device, you used it inside your Lightning experience, and Barton is going to further talk about how you can take this outside your Salesforce as well, maybe on your SAP server, or we have a example with Visualforce running who will show that the same app is going to work inside our Aloha UI using Visualforce. So Barton, let me switch this to the classic view, and then it's all yours again.
Yeah, it's really awesome to be able to code once and use it everywhere. So you can reuse the same component on pretty much any device, any platform that your users are using, so that they know what to do, no matter if they're in Salesforce or not. Also, even if you're in communities, your sales users can talk to your customers if they're using a customer community based on the same technology. So it enables a little bit seamless experience. So that was a sales router board. You can actually also, now with Lightning Out JS, not only expose your Lightning components outside of Salesforce, but you can use them inside Salesforce Classic, so the existing experience that we've been using for many years. There's a JavaScript library called Lightning Out that you'll just need to insert, and Mo will show you a demonstration of that. It's pretty easy, just a few lines of code, and you can have the same experience in the new experience as well as the old experience. And you can go ahead and update all that with SLDS so that your users will have the latest and greatest look and feel, even though they're still using the old UI. If you want to make it easier for them to use things that aren't already released in Lightning Experience, like Service Cloud or other features and functionality that's not been enabled yet. So with that, turn it back over for a brief demo of that.
Right. All right, so let's go here. Okay, so the same component that we developed, we just are using on our Visualforce page so that we don't have to develop our Visualforce again. So before, sort of look at that Visualforce, let's look at the simplicity of the code, All right, thanks, Barton, for that. Yeah, so basically, it's not that difficult once you get your Lightning component built, because same theme can be just ported inside your Aloha UI with minimal code. Like as you can see with few lines of script, I've just got my Lightning component inside my Visualforce. So let's take a look at.
So there's a style sheet line there also that exposes the SLDS framework so that you have all those assets.
Right, and apart from that, you need this Apex include Lightning, which is exclusively available from Salesforce for us, so that we don't have to port over the Lightning Out library. We can just use this tag, which is equivalent to porting out using Lightning Out JS. Like if you're using any other technology, like if you are taking this UI on a Microsoft Azure platform or maybe on a SAP server, then you may have to add one more file, which is lightning.out.js file. Which is going to take your component outside Salesforce. So let's preview this page. So as you can see, it's /apex page, which is our Visualforce, right? We have got the same component that we built inside of Visualforce now. And the same thing, everything will work just as it is, You built it once, just use it anywhere. So we'll continue with the presentation, but thank you.
Thanks, Mo. Uh, So next we have communities. Like I mentioned, your sales team and customers or partners, whoever you have a community built for, can also have the same experience altogether. So your customers obviously deserve the best. You want to present a very unified front. You want the best experience for your customers because you want them to come back and spend more time in the community, give you better feedback on your products. So you can use Lightning components there. And Lightning Experience is actually forward-looking, coming to communities. I don't know what the time frame is for that, but everything will eventually move over to what the Lightning Experience is. And now we have a demo of the same with the Community Builder.
Right. So earlier the communities, right, that we used to build was built using Aloha UI, which used to look similar to this. If you want a very good look and feel, we used to write Visualforce pages, right? We used to write our JS and style those Visualforce pages, which required a lot of coding skills or the development skills. But something that Salesforce has recently come up with, Community Builder. So Salesforce has predefined templates for us to add Lightning components. Now again, that is like there are already standard components available from Salesforce, but what you do on top of that is if you have Lightning components there built, you can pretty much drag and drop that inside your Community Builder. So this is how Community Builder looks. So just to give you an idea of what this community is, I have just set up a sample community using Napili templates. There are 3 different types of templates. You can read about more on Salesforce help and training. So I've just set up this template, and I'm trying to explain how we can develop a Lightning component and port it into the Community Builder. Right. So as you can see, the same UI, everything is just drag and drop. So you go to you can select each of the components here, and let's say you don't want a component, you can just take it out here, and if you have your own components, it's gonna appear in the custom components. As you can see, I have 2 custom components here. I'm gonna plug to one of them. So I'm just modifying one of the things that Salesforce provides out of box, which is.
Can you explain why your other components aren't showing up there?
Sorry, which?
So this is the same org, those other components that you put in App Builder
Right, yeah.
aren't showing up there.
Right, so I can explain that. So the reason why they are not showing is there are different type of interfaces that needs to be implemented for community. So there is one line of code that you add. I have open sourced all the code in the Git, so you can take a look at that. There is just one tag that you add to your component, and that becomes available in your Community Builder as well. So there are specific interfaces for specific UI. Like for example, if you want it on a record detail, we use Force App Hostable interface. If you want it on a Community Builder, we use Flexi Page, available for all page types, and available for communities. So if you want to dig into code, we'll open source that GitHub repo, and you can just fork or
it's just a tag in the header of the page. So it's similar to a Visualforce page. You tell it which controller to use, and you give it another action or whatever to run when it opens up. So it's just another tag parameter on that Lightning component that tells it where it can be exposed.
Right. So by default, the Community Builder provides us with a search screen. Now, I'm trying to show how you can improve that experience or how you can customize that experience. So by default, it just search for your articles and discussions inside Salesforce. Articles are again a different module in Salesforce. But I'm trying to explain what we can do here is we can also search the same, we can develop our own Lightning component and integrate with that and search the data from outside Salesforce. For example, YouTube, right? When I type the search term, I want the YouTube results to show on, right? So if you see, I have dragged this YouTube search component here, which is the component that I built here, and I've just dragged it over here. So let's take a look at how this looks in the demo. So let's say I search for Lightning SFTC, right? So discussions and articles can come over if they are, but you can also pull over the results from the YouTube directly using the same key term via the Lightning component. So this is the Lightning component that we have embedded inside the search page. So every page itself can be modified using your own components, or if you want to keep standard Salesforce components there, you can keep Salesforce components as well there. For example, okay, let's go here. All right, so the same component also can be used at different places. For example, on the topics, like we have one of the topics called Lightning Connect, and you will see that the same component, I've just pulled it on my sidebar, and it just fetches the Lightning Connect term and fetches all the data from the YouTube.
Has anybody used Community Builder at all?
Right, and then I've got simple functionality where you can click and access that video outside Salesforce.com. Don't want to play that.
Yeah, so good example of being able to search YouTube there in Lightning component. I will continue on. So another really good thing to point out is the Lightning component exchange on the App Exchange has gotten very popular lately. It's also got a lot of unmanaged packages out there that you can use to plug into any of these things that we just showed you. They can be used in Community Builder or App Builder. You can go in and make little changes to let them be used anywhere. And provides a really good baseline for you if you're trying to develop something from scratch. You can just bring in something from the App Exchange and start there. So this will let you stay on a level playing field with your competitors. Everybody can have the same components if you get them off the App Exchange. You got something that teams of developers have spent hundreds of hours building. You don't have to build from scratch. It just saves a lot of time and money that way. You could also build your own component and share it with the community and all of us and let us enjoy it as well. Maybe even make some money out of it. I talked this morning about building an app for the App Exchange. If you were there, or if you have any more interest in that, please let me know. Thank you very much. If anybody has any questions, please let us know. Other than that, you can email us with any questions or.
You mentioned the GitHub repository or something
Yes.
for examples.
We will tweet with our code science Twitter handle. Would that be? We will tweet that link with our code science Twitter handle.
Cool.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have GitHub pulled up.
Yeah. So the one thing I would like to add here is, what is the benefit of having these many components? What is the actual advantage of having all these components on an App Exchange, right? So it gives us a lot of flexibility, right? Like earlier, let's say I want to change something on a Visualforce page, right, for different clients. It was very difficult, right? You have to go into the code, edit the code, and change it. Now it's not like that, right? You can get it from the App Exchange, and then there is a way by which you can make two components talk with each other. So your UI development can be pretty much handled by your business consultants or your community managers, right? Who need not go into the code, right? Developers can build all those components for you, host it on App Exchange, and all that your community managers or business consultants will have to do is just study those business requirements, get those packaged from the App Exchange, and drag and drop, right?
Yeah, a lot of them have the ability to drag and drop, and then they have parameters over on the right-hand side where you
Right.
can just fill in what specific needs you need for your app to use. Chart.js was one of the first ones that I remember using. Provides very cool visuals to your dashboards and the ability to customize that based beyond what Salesforce has for the dashboards. If your users aren't using Lightning Experience, then they may get tired of the old UI.
Any other questions?
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you everyone.